spread rapidly, and I spent about a half hour this morning with my COVID team led by Dr. Fauci and
Now, so far, more than a dozen countries have restricted flights from South Africa. They include the UK, Germany, Israel, Italy, and Japan. The new variant also spooking Wall Street. Take a look at the Dow plummeting more than 900 points today, its worst day of the year. We have coverage from all angles tonight. Dr. Ravi Sikka on how this new variant compares to previous strains. Sarah Eisen on the potential economic fallout. But first, to our senior health and science correspondent, Meg Terrell. And Meg, no confirmation that Omicron has been detected yet in the U.S. So where was it spread so far?
Yeah, Kelly, so far, most of the cases have been detected in South Africa, with a few others in Botswana, Hong Kong, Belgium, and Israel. But it raised red flags in South Africa so quickly for a couple reasons. First, how fast it's taken off. Researchers there showed this graphic in a health department presentation yesterday. It shows the prevalence of different variants. Now, the red is the Delta variant, which was associated with the country's terrible third wave of infection. In the blue, all the way to the right, is the variant now known as Omicron, appearing to gain ground against Delta very quickly. Now, there are several caveats to this, though. One being that cases had come down quite a bit from the Delta wave, so it's not clear if and to what degree Omicron is outcompeting Delta. Cases now in the country are just starting to surge higher, and what authorities are concerned will become the nation's fourth wave. Now, the other major concerning feature of this variant is that it contains more than 30 mutations in the spike protein, and some are known to potentially evade immune protections, either from vaccination or prior infection. The WHO cited both of these concerns in its analysis today, noting more work needs to be done to understand both of those questions. Now, as well as whether the variant's associated with more severe disease. There are a few pieces of good news, though. One is that the variant can be tracked using PCR testing because of a marker in the way the results show up. So that'll help with monitoring its spread. And two is how quickly vaccine makers are responding. Pfizer and BioNTech and Moderna say they could have new batches of vaccine ready within about 3 months if updated versions are needed. Both Moderna and Novavax, another vaccine maker, say they're already working on variant-specific versions just in case. All the companies are assessing how well their vaccines are likely to work against Omicron, with those results expected in a couple weeks. Kelly?
Meg, thank you so much. Our Meg Terrell tonight.
Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.
Hey, Lou, did you forget her phone again?
Ooh, Mom said she could save up to $400 on her wireless bill by switching to Xfinity Internet and Mobile.
Our kid bill. Now, the Blue Christmas special. Gotta go.
Sin 2, only in theaters Christmas.
Attention, Patriots. Broadcasting from the Free Zone. Radio Free Redoubt begins in 5, 4, 3.
This is North Idaho, a scenic part of the United States nestled against the Canadian border in the Pacific Northwest. The city of Coeur d'Alene sits by the edge of a beautiful lake and is surrounded by tree-clad hills. It is also one of the least diverse places in the country, with 90% of the population being white. More recently, it has become the place where a lot of unhappy Trump voters, conservative Christians, and supporters of the Second Amendment have come to live in what is known as the American Redoubt. The Redoubt is a movement of people from across the United States who want to live together under shared ideals of small government, self-sufficiency, and Christian principles.
Good to get out of America for a minute, you know. It's tense down there. Yeah, it's too tense in America. We got that old Kyle Rittenhouse verdict. He came up innocent, and everybody. Oh yeah. I know it's really causing some controversy. He's like the white OJ. to close the schools down because now these kids have to shoot people in the street, you know? That's how we do it in America. It's usually in the classroom. All right. Cool. Hey, good to see you there. All right. I've already lost this whole table. Just trying to live my dream here, folks. All right. Woo, boy. Cowboy, huh?
All of us here are just one Amazon click away from buying orange cones and making traffic go wherever.
Friday is here. Get everything you love for only 99 cents a month. All the... every... even just 99 cents.
Let's shift a little bit. Let's talk about another argument that you make, and that is the Apostle Paul's first-hand acquaintance with Jesus' brother, James, which would be very strange if James was the brother of Mythman.
Most likely didn't have a brother or a family for that matter. The most used passage when it comes to denoting that Jesus had a brother comes from Paul. And when we look at the case for James, the brother of the Lord, it's very important that we not import later information into Paul's work, because that is not how historiography is done. What you end up having to do is twist the information that's there in order to push the narrative that you want to tell. If y'all want to fuck around and find out why Dr. Craig Evans thinks that Jesus had a brother named James, then please stay tuned.
Booster shot. Most Americans are fully vaccinated, but not yet boosted.
Get the booster shot,
people.
people.
18 years or over and got fully vaccinated before June the 1st, go get the booster shot today. They're free, and they're available at 80,000 locations, coast to coast. A fully vaccinated booster person is the most protected against COVID. Do not wait. Go get your booster if it's time for you to do so. And if you are not vaccinated, now's the time to get vaccinated and take your children to be vaccinated. The best protection, I know you're talking.
If your hair ever looked like this, or if you owned a pair of these, or if you blasted music on one of these, then it's time to examine this. This is your colon.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk, what you know about?
Oh boy, this Omicron variant. Alright. Yo, the internet is crazy right now.
What's up, heathens? Today's video is brought to you by Ridge Wallets. Are y'all tired of carrying around big, thick wallets like this? Or how about you ladies? You tired of carrying around a big, giant, honking guy like this right here? Well, say no more. Get rid of those big, thick guys, and why don't you pick up a Ridge Wallet? Well, heathens, I gotta say, I love this Ridge Wallet. For one thing, it's got a small profile. But even though it has a small profile, it still holds up to 12 cards. See, you just pop the card out right there, and then you buy your liquor. Oh, and another thing, it comes in about 30 colors, including carbon fiber and burnt titanium. So, if you'd like 10% off your order at Ridge.com, be sure to use the link below, or just go to Ridge.com/godless engineer. Oh, and I forgot to put a cash clip in the back, so you can just quickly pull that shit out of there. And you too can have the most awesome wallet you've ever had in your life. And you can finally get rid of this bulky motherfucker.
About to be working on this for a minute. Getting really close to finishing this commission. I have some other stuff I need to work on. I'll be doing this one next. And then I actually got a request for a price list. Someone else wanted to see about getting some art done. So I hit them off with the price list and haven't gotten a response back yet. I don't know, people just think my shit be cheap. Oh, can I get a painting? I want a painting of myself for myself. Oh, that's cool. Here's my price list. And then you never hear from them again. Like, oh, I thought that dude was gonna do a painting for like $50 or something. Nope. Sorry. Sorry. I don't do paintings for $50. I normally don't disclose how much my commissions are, but for this one I will. So I have a minimum fee of $400. That's the least amount of money I will do any artwork for, is at least $400. And this is what I would consider to be a $400 painting. I could have charged a little bit more, but the simple fact that this client is a repeating client, this is their second painting from me. So on top of it being a fairly straightforward image, there's not a lot of extras in here. There's no background, there's not a lot of fabric or clothing. It's just a really nice tight up close face. So yeah, I feel like I can accomplish this for $400 and not feel bad about it. Sometimes I'll do a project and do feel bad about it. Like, dang, I could have got a couple more dollars out of that piece just because of the time and effort I put into it. You know? And that's the main thing. Trying to be compensated for your talent, for your technique and skills. You have to be compensated for the materials that actually go into making the painting, such as the canvas, the brushes, the photos, the paints. But mostly, you have to be compensated for your time. Because I put hours and hours and hours into these paintings. And so yeah, I like for people to really be satisfied with the quality of art that I deliver to them. But at the same time, I definitely I want to be satisfied with the payment that I receive for producing such high quality art. So I say just try to stay busy. 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 Just try to stay. Because if you're not busy, it's a travesty. Damn. Y'all don't want me to hit you with the corny freestyles this afternoon. Hit you with some corny freestyles. All right, is this silence getting to you? You know, that little bit of awkward silence. Silence is never really awkward to me. I like sitting in silence for long periods at a time, just kind of going inside my mind, having long, in-depth conversations with myself. I'm one of the most talented, funny, intellectual people I know. You know, I have a great time talking with myself. Most of it is internal dialogue, but sometimes I'll say some things out loud, especially when they're funny. I tell really good jokes too. So, all right, at least I think I tell good jokes. I think my jokes are pretty fucking hilarious. I think my jokes are pretty fucking hilarious. And I crack myself up. You know? I really do. So this jacket has like one of those fox fur jackets. So something like that. Let me feather some of this out a little bit. All right.
Bridge today. Bridge.com Godless Engineer.
What's up, heathens? How y'all doing? I'm the Godless Engineer, and I critically analyze apologist claims to give you the best arguments and information so that you can stand up and use your voice. Today, we're going to be continuing our look at an interview with Dr. Craig Evans. If you don't recall, in the previous episodes, we found out that Dr. Craig Evans works for Houston Baptist University. That university requires a statement of faith in order to work there. So we can't really expect to get a lot of good historical information out of Dr. Craig Evans because he is bound by the statement of faith. We have seen him make so many bad claims, there's no way that he can get worse, right? Well, he starts off this section by heavily emphasizing why scholars don't take the mythicist position. Right now, the number of mythicist scholars is quite low, but that same number has only grown over the years. Dr. Craig Evans has a new idea.
Black Friday is here. For a limited time, get everything you love for only 99 cents a month. All the... every... even just 99 cents. Get Discovery Plus for only 99 cents a month for the first 3 months. Sign up now.
Small business owners, use Melio to send and receive ACH payments completely free. Melio is an online bill pay solution tailored for businesses like yours, where you can manage and track all your payments.
Who used to be my pastor. And while we've heard him say some pretty manipulative and horrific things, nothing to this point had prepared me for the sermon we're about to see today, in which, 2 days before the last presidential election, he plainly tells his congregation who to vote for, without mentioning names, because I guess that's where you cross the line, and states that all of politics today is a battle between good and evil.
Really?
Advocates for what amounts to theocracy and takes petty political jabs, while openly yearning for the good old days when only Christians could hold public office. It's getting ahead of myself, which is going to be easy to do, because this is one of those rare sermons that got me really angry. Anyway, today we're going to look at how he groomed his audience to be sheep, more explicitly than you'd expect, and next time we're going to hear his thoughts on how and why this should be a Christian nation, and which political party needs to be defeated to make that happen. Big mystery there. As you can guess, this doesn't set up great conversations with people of different opinions. I don't mean to generalize about all evangelicals, and I caution you to still reflect on and
a very personal and real question. Are you religious? Do you believe in a creator God? Yes, no, maybe so. I'm really big on studying theology. I think some of this white right here is still, that's pretty tacky. I might have to wait to come back and do that part. Yeah, I can feel my brush kind of sticking right now. It's dry to the touch, like it's not coming off, but it is right there. Alright, I'll leave that section. I'll try to brush this in. It's not really good to, I mean, wet on wet is a technique that I actually use. I like to paint wet on wet, but when the paint is at this state right here where it's semi-dry, you just mess it up trying to go back over it with more wet paint. It actually pulls the paint that's already down off the canvas, and that's never good. So let's stay away from that area for right now. Finish up this little piece of her collar. The gray, that gray is a little wet too. Damn. Alright, so I might not be able to do her shirt right now, which isn't a biggie. We'll come back to it in a couple days, I guess, when it's nice and dry and ready for another layer of paint. Maybe the hair. The hair is still kind of wet. Yeah, even this right here is still pretty wet. Alright. So I think as of right now, I've literally done as much as I can do to this painting for the next couple of days. Because everything is wet right now. Alright, so that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. So let's swap out. Let's swap out canvases because I got other shit to work on, you know? Get these brushes cleaned up because I may not use the same brushes on the next painting. So just want to make sure these are clean and ready to go. Yo, Lead, you never answered my question, man. If it's too personal of a question, just say I don't want to answer that shit. Well, you kind of said you didn't want to answer it by not answering it. Like, I'm not getting into that topic. I feel you. I feel you, bro. I feel you, bro. Alright, so this is not workable right now. Looks hella good, though. Looking hella good, son. So this is the last painting I did. This may be ready to get varnished. I don't know. Give it the little tacky touch test. Let's just see. It appears to be dry, but looks can be deceiving. Oh, that little spot right there is definitely still wet. Alright, so I'll probably still let this sit for another couple of days before I start the varnishing process on this. So let's work on something else. Dang, it's like the first place I touched on there was still kind of wet. Damn. Yeah, that's really wet. Shit. Okay. I'm running out of shit to do. Oh, you know what I did mean to do? I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm working so fast that I'm literally running out of shit to work on. Alright, since you don't want to answer my religious questions, there was something else that I needed to look at.
To the Disney Bundle, where Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus come to life on all your...
Alright, so my washing machine is leaking? I gotta figure this shit out so I don't have to buy
This is Scott the Pixie Guy. Today we're dealing with a Cabrio washer that is leaking. At the end of the cycle, there's a little water that seems to show up near the bottom. So we're going to just test it out. I'm having it fill, and I'm leaning it back, pulled it away from the wall by about 2 feet, leaning it back about 45 degrees. Might be good to have somebody help you hold it in place. And I'm just looking now if I can see any spot where it's leaking. Might be from the tub or the drain hose, but nothing's really showing up. So it's the first thing to check though, is you just can lean it back and you're able to see underneath. You might see a wet spot. I set it to spin, so it should be draining and spinning. Seeing if that causes the leak to show up, but still nothing showing up. I do notice in the back wall though, there's a little bit of dripping. So my suspicion is maybe something higher up in the machine. Yeah, against this back wall, we're seeing some water, and it's puddling up, and that seems to be where the water is showing up, is in the back. So I think something's happening up higher up in the car. I have a better look at what's going on. So now when it's filling, I notice that there's some water pooling up right by the fill valve. And now I've taken off 2 of the screws so I can lift up on the fill valve. The one in my hand is the cold side. And I noticed that these little, the new rubber seats in, and then I'm going to put the 2 screws in, but I'm putting them in a little bit tighter than before. And then I can test it out and see if there's a change. I think more often when the Cabrio leaks, you'll find it coming down below near the drain hose.
Alright, so I gotta look for that shit.
At Ring, we've reinvented the doorbell, and now we're reinventing home security with Ring Alarm. It's the simplest, fully customizing, easy installing, home protecting, monitor everything.
city where modern lives alongside the ancient. A place that contains secrets from the ancient world. Where modern religion overlaps with the ancient. A symbol of power, 13 to be precise, ancient Egyptian obelisks relocated to Rome. Yet one holy site contains Egyptian mysteries.
All right.
Beautiful art from times long forgotten. Corridors of God-given rooms and sacred writings inscribed long before Rome had its emperors. Thousands of years before Julius Caesar and Christianity. In the shadows of ancient Rome, what Egyptian secrets lie in plain sight at the Vatican? Founded in 1506, the Vatican's museum holds a huge collection of art amassed by the Catholic Church and previous popes. A collection of over 70,000 artifacts, of which 25 are on display. In a room adjacent to the Sistine Chapel, around the altar dedicated to the Virgin Mary, is an artifact that you wouldn't expect to find.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Pope Pius IX had the story of the Virgin Mary's immaculate conception, of her becoming pregnant with the Son of God, translated into every language known to man in 1854. He even had the story embossed into silver in Egyptian hieroglyphs, while placing his own name to an ancient Egyptian royal cartouche. But why would an organization that asked Champollion not to translate the hieroglyphs be interested in ancient Egypt?
What up, though?
We are at the Egyptian.
Anybody got some good news? Other than Ahmaud Arbery's murderers being convicted for murder. Love that. I'm still on that news. But any good news? Anybody got good news? Something to talk about? Yeah. I guess I'll try to work on this a little bit as much as I can. Wow, even that's still really wet. Jesus Christ, man. All right. Let's see what we can work with here. Another one of my art clients just called, said they might have another project for me. I love new projects. Make some more art. Damn, this shit good. Tastes like lemonade, but it ain't.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. I can't complain.
Good. Me either. Less good. So I want to give my daughters something unique for Christmas. So I got them this one thing. There's this place in Philly called 10,000 Villages where they bring in like jewelry from like, you know, third world countries, things like that.
Oh wow, yeah.
But then I was thinking, so have you ever done artwork on fabric, like a leather glove, for example?
I have, yeah. I custom design sneakers and stuff sometimes, so
Yeah. So how about leather gloves?
that would be a cool little project that has some custom leather gloves.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. And there's 4 of them. So, I mean, they could be the same but different. Like maybe one has circles, one has squares, one has diagonals, one has one going up the right side, one has one going across. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like the same but yet different.
Okay.
Okay, all right. I'll try to get the gloves. I think Bob Scott's is having sale and stuff like that. I'll pick up like 4 pairs of gloves.
Mhm.
And honestly, as long as they're ready by the 20th, that's good. Because my last day of work is the 20th.
Okay. Well, I should
All
definitely
right.
be able to get it done. So, what are you want like sacred geometry on there, or just like any kind of designs or patterns, or?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, they don't know what sacred geometry is, so, I mean, you want to throw it in without them knowing.
Yeah.
Get me calling the gods, you know. Yeah.
All right.
I'll give you carte blanche. How's that?
I'm sorry, you said what?
I'll give you carte blanche. You can do what you want.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love artistic freedom.
Yeah. I think that'll be something cool, right?
It really would be. That's a very unique
Yeah.
idea. Yeah.
I know. I've been thinking. My brain hurts. I've been thinking so much. Okay. All right. I just wanted to check. I'm not doing myself tonight because I don't feel like it, but I'll grab those bucks like in the next couple of days.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I'll
Whenever.
get them to you.
Yeah, just keep me posted.
All right. Thank
All right.
you.
I'll see you later.
This is going to be fun. Okay. Bye.
Bye. All right. Sounds like a good little gig. Making some custom leather gloves. the fuck? What the fuck are they catching? Yo, this shit are these eels? I can't even tell. It is eel, yeah. I'm looking at the video and not reading the fucking caption. But I'm not gonna lie, like they're fucking ditch fishing. And so they're catching like eels and little crabs and crawfish and everything out of a fucking ditch. Which I used to do. I can't even lie to you. As a kid, there was this big ass fucking ditch. That shit was like, I don't know, I was a kid, so as a child it probably looked larger than what it was actually. But I would have to say, like, cause you couldn't jump across this shit, yo. Well, even as a child, I couldn't jump across that shit. It was like pretty big. It was shit probably had to be like 12 or 13 feet wide, and then like it had like you can like slide down the banks of this ditch and go like down, and it once you're down in the ditch you can as a kid I could barely see over, so this shit had to be like 4 feet deep or some shit like that, like 12 or 13 feet wide, like 4 feet deep. And it was like this fucking ditch. It was like, but when we had good rain, like that shit'd fill up down there. Like it was a fucking little river, yo. And there'd be all kind of fucking frogs and turtles and crawfish and snakes and everything would be in that shit, yo. And hell, I done went out there with a bucket and caught an ass of fucking crawfish, yo. Like a bucket load of crawfish. Come home, turn them shits in, cook them bitches up for dinner, yo. Wait, y'all ain't never ate crawfish out of ditch? Damn. Mm-mm. Alright, so now I need my reference photo for this. Alright, my palette is nasty as fuck, son. But I really hate to scoop all this paint off. I might can salvage some of this shit. So instead of using that same palette for this, I'm only going to be doing like blues and grays and whites. So I might as well just use my I got some throwaway palettes. Where's my shit at? Nope. Nope. Fuck. Alright. Let's see what we got. No. Oh God, really? I can't. No. Where's my? Oh damn. Where's my palette at? It could be. So if I was a little more organized, it could help, but fuck that. What's this? I'm not even sure what that is. I'll just go ahead and throw that away. Alright, let's try the soup. Soup. Right off top, the throwaway palette. I knew it was in there. Well, actually, I didn't know it was in there, but I mean, that was the most likely place for it to be if it wasn't sitting up somewhere. Alright, set that back down real quick so I can get around this. Alright, so now what are we gonna do? Like I said, what the fuck is that? I said on my book. Alright. Yep. I said on my book. Okay. Now, didn't I bring the tablet up here too? Oh, okay, I got the tablet. Nice. Alright, can set this picture to the side. We're not going to be using that for a minute. But we will be needing let's pull up this reference photo again. Let's see here. Alright, so I want it to be something like this, very similar to it. Alright, so in order to do that, I think I may have to do light and then dark and see how that actually plays out. Or it could, I don't know. Let's just play around with these blues and grays. See what we can make happen. Alright, so definitely gonna need this. Some good old Prussian blue. Get rid of that. I'm gonna do like my most basic blues, I guess. So some Prussian blue. I don't have a lot of ultramarine blue. I don't know why, because the name itself sounds like it should be used for water, like marine animals, ultramarine blue, like ultra ocean blue. But to me, marine blue has a purplish tint to it. It kind of throws me off sometimes. The label has rubbed off on this one. I'm thinking this is ultramarine. It has to be. And if not, oh well, we'll figure something else out. So Prussian blue and ultramarine blue are pretty dark blues by themselves. They actually look black by themselves, but I'll guarantee you they're not black. Both of these are blue. So we're gonna do Prussian blue, ultramarine blue, some cobalt blue, some cerulean blue, and then we're gonna put some white on here. So, cerulean blue. Yep. Alright, a little bit of these. And I might use some like radiant turquoise on the next layer if I can't get this color variant that I want. I may use a little bit of that. Help me out. You know, try to make it easy on myself. Alright. Alright, so I got 4 blues. And what else I said? Oh, some white. Some white. Alright. There's still a little bit of paint left in here. So I'm not going to toss this just yet. I might be able to squeeze this thing one more time. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? I might squeeze this thing one more time. Now that we got these colors squared away, oh, don't put that there. Let's put it right there. Alright, I'm feeling good about that. And then in my brush selection is pretty much there. You know, these are gonna be basically my go-to brushes here. Maybe pull this one up front. Looks pretty good to me. Alright, so I feel like I'm ready to paint something. Alright, I'm getting back to the art in 1 second. Okay, no.
Section in the Vatican Museum. I'm so excited to be here.
Don't know who that is.
So many different period. So I am very much looking forward to showing everybody some of the amazing pieces here at the museum. Many people think that the ancient Egyptians were obsessed with death. In fact, they were obsessed with life and how they could ensure that their next life would be prosperous. Mummification was their way of preserving the body so so that the gods could recognize your spirit. Such as this 22nd dynasty royal woman, with her perfectly preserved hair dating back almost 2,900 years.
Turn your designs into profit with Printful. Place them on any of our products and sell them on the world's most popular online marketplaces.
Sharing the same display case is a royal mummy. However, she was not born in Egypt. I've been waiting so long to see her. This is Princess Amunidris of the 25th dynasty of Nubia, and she was adopted and moved to Thebes and became the high priestess of Amun and Mut. So to see her, it's so amazing. You can see she would have been wrapped with beads and all of her funerary objects. It's so beautiful. And in Florence is actually her nanny's death mask, which is quite huge. So there's been a lot of debate about Princess Amunidris, whether we should send her back to Nubia, to Sudan, or keep her here. But that's a bit of a slippery slope. And I'm so excited to see Princess Amunidris here. And in Cairo, there is a beautiful alabaster statue of Amunidris, huge alabaster statue. So to see her, it's quite moving, actually. Beautifully wrapped in linen, her mummy would have been covered with these turquoise-colored beads. In a style dating back almost 1,000 years before Amunidris, the Old Kingdom of Egypt, these beads would connect her to the goddess Hathor. Several silver and gold amulets were placed across her body, including her heart scarab, which would be used to weigh her heart against the feather of justice at the final judgment before the afterlife. Her tomb was found in Luxor with many wooden artifacts, alabaster, and gold.
Alright, Nelson Walker. There you are. Alright, you're charged with stealing a Dolphin jersey. Switch it.
You know I got a screenshot. You know I got a screenshot. I'm done with TikTok right now. That's exactly why I don't let people scroll through my pics. Yeah, this is too funny right now, yo. Yeah, this is too fucking funny, yo. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yo, it's killing right now. What the fuck, bro? I was like, yo, who is this? Yeah, I'm still bugging, yo. Damn. Oh my god. Boy. I picked up the wrong damn thing. Alright. So, yeah, my cousin sent a dick pic to the family group chat. Oh man, I still can't get over this, my nigga. Like, what are you thinking? What are you doing? What are you doing, man? You don't got a special file, a folder for your penis pics, man. Jesus Christ. That's too funny.
Merry Christmas! First of all, amazing. Oh, the taste was nuts. Finally something to actually be thankful for. Yeah!
The way they talk to you, it's just so sharp and just so angry. I asked my oldest daughter, I said, what do you want to do with your life? She goes, I like birds. Did you even hear the question I asked you? She goes, yeah, I like birds. I want to be an ornithologist. All right. So she's not moving out.
I mean, she fucking fine from the knees up.
Your life is extra.
Listening. Down in the garage.
And your life is extra.
Listening. Down in the garage. I'm on my knees when I'm begging, 'cause I don't wanna lose you.
Get your nail game up, then talk to me. Never come for me with no stubbies, bitch. Only extendo.
Hold your hand out to your boyfriend without
No, I got a master's degree. Look what I do. No, it's true. I actually got a bachelor's degree in history. And then when I got out of school, imagine that, none of the big history factories were hiring. So I went back into school for psychology, got my master's degree, but halfway through I got on stage for the first time, fell in love with it, and never looked back. Now, I have no regrets, but I'm sure my parents needed a little more convincing. That's why I don't care how much you love your parents. I love mine to death. You're mad at something they did to you growing up. Don't get revenge in a way that ruins your own life. Take some planning and have a laugh together. I got a master's degree in clinical psychology. That's what you got to do. Do what I did. Let them pay for 7 years of college. Then on graduation day, say, I'm going to be a comedian. That works. The look on my mother's face was worth every test. Every essay I wrote. If you mean like in Vegas, close, Utah. That's where the money at, Mama. That's where I'm going. Oh, no. Besides, you can't give kids advice based on now. The world changes too fast. Your advice becomes obsolete. Like the baby boomers, they heard from their Depression-era parents, get in with the company at the bottom, work your way to the top, because that worked for them. But when they grew up, it was all about education. They couldn't move ahead, so they told my generation, stay in school. We heard it like a mantra, stay in school, stay in school. Now we've all got master's degrees and we're comedians. So before I tell my kids anything, I got to be a fortune teller. I got to see who's going to be running things in 20 years. You think I'm telling my daughter to stay in school? I'm telling her Chinese guys are hot. Yeah, I'm not the only one with this plan. I'm glad to hear it. That's good. No, I stayed in school forever, but I know I told my daughter, you want to be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, I'm happy to pay for it. But if you want to get a philosophy degree, just so you can know why they want fries with that, you're doing that one on your own dime, sweetie. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I was a history major in college, which I think is both cool and ironic, because that's pretty much what my degree is.
history. Yeah. I don't use it too much up here, but I don't know. I love it. I still read a lot of history books. I used to so much reading in history studies. Like I used to always get in that reading trance. You know that reading trance where you think you're reading, but then you realize you're not really reading. You're just moving your eyes back and forth and thinking about what you're gonna eat next. Wow, how long have I not been reading this book? Right, you got to flip a few pages back. Where did I start? Page 75, and looks like I stopped paying attention at 76. Wow, that was bad. You know, I'm trying to read more. You always feel so accomplished when you finish a book, don't you? You know what I mean? Do you ever try to kind of casually work it into a conversation where it doesn't belong? You know what I mean? Right? You know, you just sort of want to drop it somewhere. I mean, like, for example, I recently finished a book about the Transcontinental Railroad. Yeah, that's it. I just wanted you all to know that. I just finished a book about the Transcontinental. Thank you.
No, I just recently went back to college, finished my degree. Thank you. I got my degree in philosophy. Applause isn't necessary. I have this appropriate response. But seriously, I have a philosophy degree, so now I'm a stand-up comedian, an actor, and a philosopher. So I have 3 ways of not making money. Very good. But it was interesting taking philosophy. I don't know if anybody's ever taken a philosophy class, but one of my first classes, I get in there, I'm sitting in there, and the professor walks in, he goes, the very first thing you need to understand about philosophy is that there are no absolute truths in the universe. And I'm sitting there just like you guys are probably sitting there thinking, wow, the tests in this class are going to be easy.
Are we going to be okay? If you knew the end was coming, how would you make the most of your time left? How would you want to be remembered?
IHG Hotels and Resorts is there, so you can be too, with an award-winning rewards program and over 6,000 destinations.
I started thinking, I was like, hey. It's like, yes? Well, if there are no absolute truths in the universe, would not the statement that there are no absolute truths be an absolute truth? Thus negating the idea that there are no absolute truths? Why don't we just go ahead and play Hangman? We had one class where all we talked about was chairs. And then we get into this like Friday, you know, we were on there, and the teacher's like, okay, we're gonna have a quiz. All right. In this quiz, you are to defend your own existence. What? I'm sitting there thinking, you know, maybe it's not too late to go get a real degree like history or English. So I was like, to heck with this, I'm going. So I just got up and I started leaving. And the teacher's like, excuse me. Yeah? Where are you going? Who are you talking to? take the A.
It's so expensive, these babies. God, they grow up like that, and then they go to college. It's like super expensive, and you got to pick the right education. I graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Drama. That's like majoring in welfare. It's by far the worst degree you could get. I had a buddy of mine graduate with me. Today, he works at a haunted house. And I said, well, hey, man, hook me up with a job. He goes, whoa, it's not that easy. Can't just hook you up. You got to audition. Like, what are they looking for? Can you say boo? How bad was the guy that didn't get that job? Meow. Meow. Just go, buddy. That's all we were looking for. Like they're only hiring Broadway actors to play these ghosts. Is that how competitive it's getting? Some guy, I played King Lear 3 years in a row, ladies and gentlemen. I'm like the ghost, you see. Here comes the people. Like the ghost, don't boo. Hello. Boo, would you like an all right, boo. All right, continue long. I find you quite frightened.
I was an English major when I was in college, and being an English major doesn't like make you a comedian, but it does make you less hireable. So your schedule really opens up for you to pursue your dreams, you know? I'm not distracted by salary or benefits. Unstoppable. The farthest I got in a job interview process was with a pyramid scheme company. 100% sure. In the interview, I realized like halfway through the interview, they were just like, Michael, if we hire you, in 10 to 12 months, you could be owning and running your own company. Does that scare you? No, but it should scare you. I was an English major. The only thing I know about capitalism is if I see a period, the next letter should be bigger. So, when I was in college, my parents relocated to Chicago, and I found them, and that's where I lived in the beginning of my career, and I liked it. It was great. My parents had an awesome washer and dryer, top-of-the-line technology. Here's how it worked. I put my clothes in the washer, and they came out folded on my bed. Sometimes. Until my mom heard that joke. I realized though, like after college, a lot of people, they might feel bad living at home, or they feel bad asking their parents for money. I did not. The only time I felt bad asking my parents for money is if they're already asleep. Wake up, Mom and Dad. I ordered pizza for you guys. Michael, it's 11:30. Okay, I'll eat it. I need $65. I have some other expenses to take.
I have 2 degrees in clarinet, so yeah. Thank you. Yeah. That's why I do comedy. The clarinet never comes in handy for anything unless maybe you're driving and then you hit a deer and you don't have a crowbar in your trunk to put it out of its misery. Wow, last time I hit a deer, I had my clarinet with me, and I only got through like 2 songs and he was out.
Celebrate the holidays with the lasting scent of Old Spice sweater.
Yeah, that's how good I am.
I'm excited. I just finished college. That's cool. Thank you. Thank you. A few applause there. Everyone else is like, you shouldn't have taken out the student debt. You shouldn't have done it. And I agree with you. I work collecting student debt, which is the opposite of being a comedian. As a comedian, I'm like, yeah, laugh, forget about your problems. My day job, I'm like, hey, remember your problems. I also try to be like a good Christian person in my life, and then my day job is collecting usury from the poor. It's not, I don't have any leeway to sin anymore, you guys. I gotta toe the line. My degree's in Spanish. That's what I got my degree in. That's not the only classes they made me take, though. They made me take these ethics classes when I was in school. Couldn't take them seriously, you guys. Couldn't get into them, because ethics classes are always full of these hypothetical scenarios, right, that are meant to test your ethics, but they're never based on anything that could happen in real life. Like the first day of class, my professor was like, John, imagine that you were driving down the road with your brother and you have the only vial with the cure for cancer in it. You get in a car crash, and if you pull your brother out of the wreckage, you'll break the vial and lose the cure for cancer. But if you do nothing, you'll save the vial, but your brother will die. What do you do? And I said, I would fire the guy who cured cancer and only made one vial full. Who's this guy who's smart enough to cure cancer, but dumb enough to be like, yep, that's enough. I can't see the world needing any more than this. I'd also fire the guy who entrusted the only vial with the cure for cancer to an undergraduate Spanish student and his aspiring rock guitarist brother. I want to know how that decision was made. We need to deliver this cure to Dr. Mendez. Unfortunately, he only speaks Spanish and the blues. All of a sudden, I'm saving the world with my 3.2 GPA. I don't think this is going to work, you guys. I don't know. I feel like I would have gotten into it if there were realistic ethical dilemmas, right? Like something that could actually happen to you. Like, for example, imagine that you're in the park with your significant other, right? You're having a picnic, and you have a bucket of fried chicken. You say, we can't finish this. We'll just give it to the next person who walks by. And the next person who walks by is a black guy. If you give it to him, it's gonna look super racist, you guys. But here's the thing, if you don't, it won't look racist, but you just denied someone food just because they're black. So, that's a real ethical dilemma. I didn't give him the chicken, and I don't know if that's the right decision. But I didn't do it.
Goodness, but now my kids are older, so my son just turned 23, just graduated from the University of Delaware, so yay! Yes, thank you. He's a blue hen. He's a blue hen, and now he's a waiter, and he lives at home. It's so great. He's so proud. It's so great. $200,000, and he's a waiter at home. How great is that? Okay. Yay, biology! Yay! 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 Made $100 today. So happy, so proud, so proud. It's a challenge, right? You know, and I don't even know if like colleges teach kids real life experiences these days. I think they're missing a gap a little bit. You know, so here's his student loans are coming in, right? And so we wanted to go to the bank to his student loan, and they wanted to charge him $5 to pay the bill online. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Let's go down to the bank and open a checking account. What? We'll go down to the bank and we'll open a checking account. How do you go in the bank? You go in the bank. Where are the doors? Behind the ATM. No, there's not. Yes, there are. There are doors and you go in the bank. No, you don't. Yes, you do. What's back there? People. What do? They give you a checking account. We walked through the doors. It was like Dorothy. Whoa, He had no idea. No idea. Came home, he had to write his first bill. $90. NINDY. Oh, intelligent crowd. Some crowds don't get that. Some $200,000. There's no D in 90. There's no D. There's no spell check for checks. That's what I'm dealing with millennials. But he figured it out. We talked through it. We did. And so he came back and he had the check all written out. He was like, I got it, Mom. I got it. Could I get a stamp and an envelope? And I was like, yeah, I'll give you a stamp, but you use the envelope it came with. He goes, no, I can't use that. It has a hole in it. $200,000. So proud.
I wasted my college degree right before your eyes. If I want it, you can have it. Take over payments. Anyway, I was a business major. Yeah, learned to buy low, sell high from a textbook that cost me $60. Sold it back for $3. Watch out, world, here I come. You guys got any colleges out here or anything? Yeah, BYU. I know, man. I went to the sister school, BYOB, so.
Yeah, I wanted to be a dentist, but it was like really hard, so I couldn't go the regular route. Most people do like a biology degree, so I had to outsmart them. So I tried to get a business degree, and the only thing I came up with in my business classes was a genius invention for dentists called Tasty Gloves. And you can go to tastygloves.com and see what I'm talking about. They're flavored dental gloves, okay? But not your lame flavors like strawberry or watermelon. Cool flavors like meatloaf and bacon. And instead of being artificially flavored, each Tasty Glove handles bacon before it is sent out. And I want to take that idea to Shark Tank. Yeah. But I'm not even going to prepare a sales pitch. I'm just going to walk in, boom, kick open the door, slam my briefcase on the table, snap on a Tasty Glove, and walk up to Mark Cuban and just put my finger in his mouth. How much do you want to give me for tastygloves.com? Let's start in the millions. It's a terrific idea. I love it.
Because I have a degree in broadcast journalism from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. It's about what it sounded like when we scored a touchdown. One unsure person. Go, you can beat Northwest, Southeast, Montana State. Who are we playing today? I don't even know. You guys got real sports here. That's what I like. Yeah, we would just clap when the Amtrak train drove by. You can get there.
But at BYU Idaho is crazy. Like, they are really focused. They call themselves a discipleship training center. And it's a very apt name because it's a religious school. So they're training you to be kind of like a disciple. And what's great, if you remember in the Bible, it talks about the disciples went out with no like clothing, money, or skills.
New Febreze Unstoppables Touch Fabric Spray. Just shake and spray to unlock touch-activated scent technology. Hours or even days later, enjoy bursts of freshness with every touch. For long-lasting freshness, grab new Febreze Touch.
And so did I. I relied on the kindness of strangers, also known as my parents.
True story. I actually went to college for 7 years in Michigan. That's where I'm from. And yeah, oh, thank you. You heard of it before? Are you from Michigan? Really? No, did you come all the way for the special? Or what's happening? It's like, we're the little guys over there. We gotta go see them. I live in a really small town called Chesaning, Michigan. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of that before. It's so small, it has one traffic light in the entire town. Very small, very awkward. Everybody gets to know each other. It's a weird town. Over the summer this year, the car wash in Chesaning burned to the ground. Like, you know, how does a car wash burn to the ground? Whole thing is made out of water, right? It seems like that would have been the easiest fix in the world. Like, anybody got a quarter? We're heroes. I did. I went to Central Michigan University. I studied history. That was my major. Kind of a cool subject. You get to learn about all kinds of stuff that happened before. And I majored on the presidents. And there's a funny story about one of our presidents, my favorite guy in the entire world, William Howard Taft. There was a story that apparently he was so tall and so large, he got stuck in the White House bathtub. Did you ever hear that story? Like, I don't feel bad for Taft. I feel bad for the Secret Service agent that had to deal with the whole situation. Can you imagine that? It's like his first day on the job. Like, all right, go ahead. What's that? Fat Eagle is stuck in the tub? What code is that? I'm new. I don't even know. Oh, he's actually stuck in the tub. Oh. Okay. Poor Taft is in trouble. He's just in the bathtub like this the whole time. I'm stuck. So I went to college in New York. Do we have any college students here tonight? By round of applause, you guys out there? Look at you guys. Will somebody yell right out what school you go to? How about in the middle there? Yell right out. BYU, I love that. BYU, that's the big school around here. I like how you didn't even give me the full words. You were just like, here's some letters. Why don't you figure it out? BYU, why don't you Google it, stranger? No, I understand you're probably like in a hurry, so you can only just have time for just the first letters. They keep them real busy over there at that place. And the last question, what are you studying over there at BYU?
Actuarial science.
Yeah, actuarial science, which I would recommend just calling it AS. Yeah, just to save time. Just like you know, that's what you're doing before. That's a great major. Of course, with that you become. You say it. I don't want to both say it at the same exact time. An actuary. You actuary become an actuary. No, you actuary do. You actuary big actuary. I'm so confused. No, that's a good. Well, that's an awesome. I still don't know what it is. He's told me a lot of information. I'm no closer to knowing what actuary it actually is. Well, no, it's something with math, right? Is it math in there?
Yeah.
There is good. That's good. You like math?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because that'd be weird if you were in math and every day you're like, more numbers. I hate math. Why did I do this whole thing? A lot of people don't like math, and I think I know when it happens is when you're in school and all of a sudden it's stopped being applicable to regular life. Isn't that kind of it? Like, remember adding and subtracting? Nobody hated that because it's useful in regular life with regular everyday problems. You know, like say there's 13 of us, right? We have a 12-pack of beer. You gotta figure it out, right? 12 of you need to leave. And thanks so much for talking to me. I appreciate it about the college and because I was going to show you guys all clapped when I said about colleges. You guys, this is a smart crowd. I'm not just saying that. I can tell immediately you guys are going to be a good crowd and a smart crowd. That's not true every night for us. Okay, every night is not. Like I was doing a show last week. I was in whatever city makes it funny for you. so I come on, I go, anybody here, go to college, make some noise. Where you guys had clapped, that place, dead silence. Seriously, nobody clapped. People were just looking at me like angry that I had brought it up. So I was panicking. I'm like, I got to change this question, so some people could answer. So I go, that's okay. Anybody here ever know anybody that went to college? Nobody. Anybody ever drive by a college? Anybody know how to spell college? What if I let you work in groups? Has anyone ever made a collage? Thank you so much for laughing at that. They did not laugh at it in whatever city you picked. This one guy came up to me after the show and he was like, hey, comedy guy. And I was like, what's up, man? And he goes, what in the heck's a studio apartment? And so I explained to him what it was. He'd never heard of it, And he goes, do you realize for that much money that you spent, you could get in this town like a 10-bedroom house on about 20 acres of land? And I was like, I know, man, but the only problem is out the front door, you gotta live here. Some people got offended by that. We didn't even name the place. They're just like, oh, those poor people of that fake town. Feel bad for those pretend people. So.
Like I said, though, I'm a college student right now. I'm actually about to graduate in 3 months. Yeah. Thank you. College is a really exciting time because, it feels like you can make your life into whatever you want it to be. You can be a totally different person than you were in high school. Tyler Johnson's not twisting your nipples anymore. The door is wide open. You can follow your dreams and do what you're really passionate about, which is why I chose to study accounting for 5 years. Yeah. I don't know, do you ever look at your life and you're just like, who did this? Who thought this would be funny? Oh, I did this, that's right. So I'm an accounting major. The program I'm in is really competitive. It's a tough program. And being in a tough business school is like being on a sinking ship where they have to throw stuff overboard so the ship stays afloat. Except instead of throwing over excess cargo, it's all of your likes and interests. It's like, we gotta get this off the ship. What's in there? Feelings. Don't have time for those this year. Just gonna have to do without. Why did we ever come aboard the USS Business? We were so enticed by the exotic destination of a business park in Billings, Montana. I don't know what one would do on the USS Business if that were a real thing. What's the nightly entertainment? You just get drunk and watch TED Talks? Is that what happens? We got Ted in the house tonight. It's just the reaction I was going for.
I saw that you have an IKEA. I drove by your IKEA. That is has anyone, you've done the IKEA? Oh, yeah. Oh, you've all done the IKEA. Yeah. Swedish meat, you're just there for the meatballs. You're like, I think they sell furniture too. I don't know. We just go there for lunch, Sample plate. Yeah, Patty got very ambitious with the IKEA idea. And it sat in our living room for about 2 or 3 weeks. And then she pulls the directions out and, and she goes, you're the college boy. Jump right in. I majored in English. Like, all right. So, spelling error. Misuse of the umlaut. Swedish thing, thank you. they're using the semicolon like they just discovered it. It's like, they, at one point they wrote assembly time semicolon 1 hour. I think what they meant was assembly time wink 1 hour. Not even close. Took me an hour to find Joe.
I love college. I want to go back to college. I got my master's. I really want my doctorate. I just want to keep, I love it, but it's so expensive. I have a new hero. Her name is Amy Creighton. This woman is 89 years old and just graduated with her bachelor's degree. 89! Yeah, they asked her, what are you going to do now, Amy? And she said, what? You know what Amy did? She borrowed more money and she's going for her master's degree. Good for you, Amy. You know what? You may not have to pay back those student loans. I do the same thing. Just rack them all up. Yeah, I'll take the full amount, government.
I decided to major in business because I like watching TV late at night, and there reaches a certain point of night where every commercial is either for a singles line or a technical school. I just assumed that I'm lonely and uneducated, which was true, but I didn't like them assuming it about me. I especially liked the ad for Stevens Henniger College, because in that ad they made it seem like all you needed to know about business was how to point at a chart and smile. And as a person on my couch at 2 a.m., like, I think I could do that. Actually, my first job out of college, this is true, was at Stevens Henniger College. I had to go to 4 years of real school to work at a fake one. Yeah, that's right, Stevens Henniger. And my job was making charts. I didn't get to point at the charts, so tonight, if you'll allow me, I want to live out my dream and point at some charts. All right, there's another comedian that points at charts. His name's Demetri Martin. What was that? Is that? I think they were hypnotized at some point in the past. And their trigger word for some reason is Demetri Martin. And then when you say Demetri Martin, they turn into a chicken. So this chart shows how the longer I point at charts, the more I'm ripping off Demetri Martin. Now, I make charts for a living, and these charts are all just charts about other charts. So I hope after I've explained/justified myself, I will go down to what I'm calling an acceptable level of joke theft. And that's me. Now, when you're making charts, it's important to know which kind of chart to use. For example, this is a bar graph about how much pie I ate. And I feel like there's a better way to represent this data. This chart shows how much of this pie chart is a line graph. That much. This is Pac-Man. Now, Pac-Man looks like a pie chart, but if you want to graph how much Pac-Man looks like a pie chart, don't use a pie chart. I'll explain. These are charts about how much a pie chart looks like Pac-Man. Now, this looks 50% like Pac-Man, 65% like Pac-Man. Now, when you get to about 75%, he looks exactly like Pac-Man. So, remember, these are just charts about how much a pie chart looks like Pac-Man. So, if he, try and keep up, if he looks exactly like Pac-Man, then you have to fill the whole thing in, right? So if you want to graph how much a pie chart looks like Pac-Man, this is the actual way. You reach a maximum level of Pac-Man, and then it goes down. This is the Pac-Man paradox. Yeah. We're learning together. We're learning together. This is a chart about how much the last chart looks like a hill. Remains constant over time. This is a chart about how much the last chart about the chart before it looks like a hill. Not at all. So, we have another problem. Because this chart looks like a hill except for the axis. So, if you want to graph how much it looks like a hill, you get Pac-Man again. Which says how much doesn't look like a hill and how much that does. So, in conclusion, the double derivative of Pac-Man is a hill, and the double derivative of a hill is Pac-Man.
Yeah. Restore your gums back to a healthier condition in just 7 days with Crest Advanced Gum Restore.
Thank you for appreciating my discovery. This is like Good Will Hunting. All right, my sister came home and she was learning about improper fractions, but she came home and asked me, what's an indecent fraction? And I said it's a fraction that goes around naked all the time. And that's what that looks like. I blurred out the naughty bits because this is a family show. So these are some other fractions that I taught my sister. This is an irrelevant fraction. VHS over fax. No one uses that stuff anymore. This is an immature fraction. Poop over farts. Obviously equals sharts. It's a very immature joke. This is actually the lowest common denominator. Now this one's a little more complicated. This is infinity over p, so there's a lot of uncontrollable p happening, thereby an incontinent fraction. This is an imperceptible fraction. I don't know if you can see that. It's hard to see. Whenever people talk about gun control, they talk about how the gun attack rate in Australia went down after they banned guns, but what they don't tell you is how much the boomerang attack increased. This is a chart I made about the rate of boomerang attacks. As you can see, it goes down, but as boomerangs are known to do, it comes back. Boomerang attacks are very tragic because every boomerang attack is a murder-suicide. And just throw it out, but it comes right back. I had one more boomerang joke. Can't remember. Hoping it comes back to me. What? Yeah, that's right. 3 of the same boomerang joke in a row. Because when you joke about boomerangs, the same joke comes back. The last one. This is a chart about obesity in America. It was a pie chart, but we ate it.
So when I went to college, I was a music major, and they say that college is supposed to prepare you for the real world. It's supposed to be a stepping stone to the real world. I feel like there's nothing more unlike the real world than college. I think 2nd grade is more like the real world. Because think about it, in college, you can nap anytime you want, do the bare minimum of work, and your parents will still tell you they're proud of you. Not in 2nd grade. Nap time's over after kindergarten. If you get a note sent home from your teacher, you're grounded. Here's why. In 2nd grade, your parents still think that you have potential. You can still make something in your life. By the time you're in your 3rd senior year of college, they're numb to your failures. You can't hurt them anymore. In college, you can study whatever you want, no matter how useless it is. Not in 2nd grade. Definitely not in the real world. Hey, Real World. Today I was thinking I would study mid-century European art. And the Real World's like, oh yeah, that does sound awesome, but I got some other plans for you today. Today you're gonna learn why renter's insurance was a good idea yesterday.
$153,000 in affiliate commissions in 60 days without Amazon, Shopify, or Facebook. Is it possible? Absolutely, and I'm about to prove it to you. I'm going to log into my affiliate account here in just a moment to show you these incredible results, but first a couple things. Really important thing number one. If you're not into digital marketing or entrepreneurship in any way, please hit the skip button below. Google charges me if you don't hit that skip button, so please go ahead and click it if you're not interested in this. I'll pause for just a moment while you do that. Okay, really important thing number two. If you haven't skipped this ad, I'm assuming you're into affiliate marketing.
No, man.
There's an app in California that tells you if Republicans live in your neighborhood. I'm not a political guy. I can't get in. It's just exhausting to me. It seems like just ugh. But I had picked up on this living in California. If you're a Republican in California, you better keep that to yourself. Wait. They hate Republicans. They don't hate anything more than Republicans in Cal. Republicans, they're not even real people. They're like these mythical creatures that hide in the bushes. They'll snatch up your kids and force them to get a job. There's an app in California that tells you if Republicans live in your neighborhood. I've seen it. There's little elephant heads on the houses. I feel sorry for Republicans. It's rough for them out there. They can't slip up. They gotta hide all the time. They can't say what they mean. They can't one day be with their California friends and be like, you know what? I think life begins at conception. Like, what? What'd you just say? I said I love paying for other people's contraceptives. If you know your history of the Republicans in California, they used to have it was a proud party. It was a big, major party in California. And I know for a fact what's left of the Republican Party in California meets in secret in the San Fernando Valley in old attics that are too small to stand up straight in. And they just rant to each other because that's all they have left. They're like, you know what? I think we just lower that corporate tax rate a little bit more to get more businesses coming back to America, get more businesses started, therefore more people will be working, and then more people will be paying in to the taxes, and then we'll be sustain the entitlements for the people who really need them. And you know what else, guys? I like black people. Well, yeah, I like black people too. Why do they keep saying that about us? I like black people. Like, you know any black people? No. Thanks for having me in your town. This is a beautiful town, beautiful scenery around here. And it's good because your red lights are like 40 minutes long. It's good that there's something to look at. Why are they so long? I got here yesterday and I was at a light and I was like, oh, this is beautiful. This is crazy. This is good. Okay, I'm good. But it just stayed red. It's like the city was like, no, look longer. Look at it. It's beautiful. It's good to be here to see you guys. I had a flight from Tampa to Los Angeles where I live a couple of days ago, and I was checking into that flight. You know, they make you put your bag on there and you weigh it. And that lady from the airline looked at me, she goes, sir, your bag
is over 50 pounds. And for safety reasons, we can't put bags in excess of 50 pounds onto the flight. So I start looking at the bag, she goes, but if you give us $100 more, we'll go ahead and throw it on the plane for it. I was like, well, that's great, but how does that fix the safety issue that you were just so concerned about? Let me get this straight. If I give you $100 more, you're going to turn on the extra safety features of this aeroplane. I didn't know that's how it worked. They shouldn't have named that kind of information. We're about to take off. Like, starting to put your seat up, we're about to take off. I just threw 100 at her. I was like, nope. Here's 5 more. Tray stays down. The whole time. I'm a tray down kind of guy. Plane started taxiing out. I started my phone out. She got so mad. She come running down the aisle. She goes, "Son, you put your phone away. The signal from your phone can interfere with the plane signal. That could be bad." I just threw my credit cards. Don't you talk to me. You know. Everybody gets Wi-Fi. Don't worry about the signals, everyone. I paid extra for the safety package. It's all good. It's all good. I recently got the TSA pre-check. Yeah. It went straight to my head. Now I go to the airport and I just pace in front of the unchecked. Look at you winding around all unchecked. You guys need to check yourself. One guy got really mad at me, and later, turns out we were on the same flight and we were boarding. He got to board in front of me. He walked by and right in my face, he said, "Group 1." Act like you've been there before, buddy. The flight from Tampa to LA was called Flight 10. That was the name of it, Flight 10. I didn't feel very comfortable flying across the country on Flight 10. Every flight I've ever been on has been a strong 4-digit number. Flight 1455, they check both engines before that flight takes off. Flight 10, that sounds like a test. That sounds like there's just some guys in the room trying some stuff, you know, and it's not been going well. It's like they're in a room like, "Oh, guys, Flight 9, that was a disaster." You really need the wheels. You need the wheels. You do. You do. You don't need them for the flying part, but you definitely need them for the landing part. So it's kind of right. Anyone got any ideas for Flight 10? Who's turning it? Who's got an idea for Flight 10? I got one. What's a 6-hour non-stop flight? Okay, how about we put a quarter of a tank of ethanol fuel in it? Play nothing on the speakers but Barack Obama speeches, and let's see how far Flight 10 can go on corn juice and hope. It's Flight 10! Flight 10! Who cares? This is Spirit Airline Flight 10. What are we going to lose, like 2 taxpayers? Let's try some stuff. Let's figure it out.
Hey there. Welcome to A Better Way with the Container Store. I'm Jessica Chinyelu, and along with
Had something happen to me that's never happened before. I had a flight from LA to Charlotte and had a layover in Baltimore. And the plane landed, it got 20 yards from the gate, and the plane stopped. And the pilot came on. I was like, "Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be here a while. We can't just pull this plane up to the gate. We got to get a tow. This model plane has to be towed in." Have you ever heard that? He was driving me. I was like, "What do you mean?" Had the plane. He kept coming. We waited like 40 minutes for this tow to show up. And he kept talking like that was no. He's like, "Sorry, this model plane needs a tow." I was like, "You mean the model plane? that just took off from Los Angeles, California, used 2 massive engines to get up to 30,000 feet, and then soared from sea to shining sea like a proud bald American eagle. Used its fancy gizmos and gadgets on board to locate one strip of concrete in Baltimore, Maryland, landed safely on that concrete, got 20 yards from the gate, and all of a sudden that same plane is like, no. Yeah. I am exhausted right now. America is big, man. Then the tow showed up. It was the size of a golf cart. It wasn't a small, it was a big plane, towed it like 20 feet, and they were like, hey, golf clubs on the back of it. I don't like turbulence. That scares me. I don't understand how the plane doesn't crash. Getting knocked around like that, you think I'd be used to it, but I'm not. The worst flight I was ever on was like almost 2.5 years ago, I think, and I thought that thing was going down, for sure. I was like, I gotta do something to distract myself, or I'm gonna cause an incident on this flight. So I was like, I'll just put my headphones in and I'll watch whatever they have on TV to distract myself. That'll make me feel better. What they had on the TV that night was the first presidential debate of the 2016 election. That's what it was. And I watched the whole thing. And after that, I gotta tell you, I was totally cool with that plane crashing. I was so cool with it. I was like, hey, I tried to make it happen. I was like, hey, one of them's gonna win. Let's just take it down now. I don't want to go back down. How fast can it go straight down? Because that's how fast we should do it. Such a divided nation right there. No, I don't know how you fix it. It's scary, you know. And the 2020 election's starting, so that'll bring us back together. You hear, growing up, I'm sure you heard it, everyone hears, especially lately, you hear, you gotta express yourself. Gotta express yourself. Always be confident enough to express yourself. The world would be a much better place if everyone could just express themselves. Well, we're about 10 years into social media now, and everyone can express themselves. What do you think? I don't like it. What's that? How interesting would it be if you could tell our founding fathers about Twitter? If you could break that to them, it'd blow their mind. Everyone can say anything they want, anytime? Yeah. Well, we're taking away that First Amendment. We're not going to have that. Bring it back in. Don't print anything. Get everyone back. We got to have another meeting. Because when they gave us the freedom of speech, that's back when everyone lived in farms. And you said, yeah, say whatever you want. No one's going to hear you. Who cares? Like, if you want to talk some smack to George Washington, you had to get in a buggy. And it took like 3 months to go 20 miles. Half your family was going to die of smallpox on the way. Man, it blew their mind. Are the educated people, right? It's obviously people that know what they're talking about. No, not at all. What, does the president take part in these things? Yeah. Saw this commercial there for these chips. Nowhere in the commercial they tell you how good the chips taste. The whole commercial was to tell you that the bag is now easier to open. all he talks about. In the whole commercial, that the bag is easier to open than it used to be. I didn't. Have I just been super strong? This whole time, I'm just finding out about it, because I tell you right now, open a bag of chips, it's nothing to me. Anytime I want chips, I'm like, poof, chips. What's next, life? I've probably been blowing people's minds my whole life, and I'm not even realizing. Every time I've been at a picnic and opened my bag of chips, people at other picnics are probably like, I was a scrawny kid. I never got picked on. Always wondered why. They probably saw me open a bag of chips on the first day of school. Now, don't mess with that, kids. You see what he did to those chips? That kid keeps his Air Jordans.
Your Cyber Monday sale is on now. Score unbelievable savings with our biggest sale ever. Like GE appliances up to 40% off. Rugs up to...
Commercials are ridiculous. They make stuff way more glamorous, and it shouldn't be. Like, I don't know if you know this, but tequila's trying to convince everybody that tequila is smooth now. Every commercial I see for tequila says it goes down smooth. It's so smooth. I heard that enough. I was like, wow, they must have fixed it. I tried some. They haven't done anything to it, you guys. It's the same horrible drink it's always been. You shouldn't be able to tell people that tequila is the least smooth drink that you can drink. That's why there's so many distractions. People don't just take a drink of tequila like they do anything else. No, you gotta do all this other stuff. You gotta lick this and suck on that. What are you trying to hide, tequila? What are you up to? Every commercial for tequila starts the exact same. They got a cool actor drink some tequila at the beginning of the commercial, and then smooth things happen to him throughout the rest of the commercial. What they're implying there is that smooth things happen after you drink tequila. Nothing smooth has ever happened to anybody after they've been out drinking. There's never been one person that was out drinking tequila one night and they woke up the next morning and they couldn't remember anything. So they call their friends up, ask them what happened, and have their friends describe their behavior. Smooth. That's never happened. No one's ever like, what happened, man? I don't remember anything last night. What happened? I'm like, oh my God. Never seen you like that before. Oh, you were just so smooth. You were so articulate. You were very respectful to all the young ladies. Dude, you peed in all the legal places to pee. I've never seen you do that sober. That was an impressive evening, my friend. You're wearing $3,000 suits to drink tequila in those commercials. You don't wear a $3,000 suit if you know you're going to be drinking tequila. You should wear something a little more practical for that occasion. I don't know what that... Plastic would probably be the best thing. I think all tequila should come with a 99-cent gas station poncho. I think that's just a good idea. I think that's a good business idea. There's actually a business I've tried to start in California, but I can't find any Republicans to help me get my business started. these streets. I was watching this young lady be interviewed on TV the other day on some show, and they were interviewing her because she came up with this machine. Young lady, 24 years old, and she came up with this machine, and what it did is it filtered dirty water into clean drinking water quickly and cheaply. It looked like a little plastic box, and they've sent these things all over the world to these poor countries, and they said because of her invention, they saved thousands of lives. And they say, how'd you come up with this idea? And she's like, oh, I was just on my couch, daydreaming, and it came to me. That is incredible that she could come up with something like that just on her couch, because then it made me feel terrible. Because the other day I was on my couch, and for 2 hours, I thought to myself, how many people would have to die before I was the greatest basketball player on earth? I gave that serious thought for 2 hours. And at the end of the 2 hours, I concluded that, you know, be a lot. Like, there'd be so many dead people at that point that, you know, it wouldn't even be fun to be the best basketball player on earth. Because no one would care, you know, because of the tragedy. No one would care about it. I was like, hey, you guys want to get a game? And I know, Brandon, we're trying to rebuild. Maybe you should pick up a shovel and help us with this rebuild. I'm sorry, I don't know anything about shovels or building, but you just let me know if you need any help getting buckets. Because I'm the best. I'm the best that's left.
Yeah, we're getting Alright, so I'm working on this wave. Trying to make the wave look wavy. Alright, so for the next day or so, I'll try to detail this wave out a little more. And then Well, I'll just do the blue part of the wave, because then I want to do the sky before I do the crest of the wave. But this should be a pretty fun painting.